Y'all, this video has been super difficult to make. I wrote up the first draft a week after it came out, and now it's September. Every time I've written an opinion down on something like Mario Kart World, I'll be playing it and come across new feelings that I didn't have before. In July, I thought Mario Kart World was very uninteresting and bland. But yesterday, I was playing Knockout Tour with my brother and friend, and we had an absolute blast. But I've realized now, trying to make a review or statement on something that just came out is virtually impossible because you're always discovering something new every day until you put the console through hell. Your thoughts won't be complete. I believe that's why writing this review and putting together this video has been difficult. Every other review I've made, I've had many months to explore the pros and cons of each console. And for games like Spider-Man 2, I beat the whole game before I sat down to write the script. I do need to put something together though, so this is my review of the Nintendo Switch 2. Some quick housekeeping. In the month of October, I'm planning on live streaming. I don't have a date or time yet, but I'm live streaming my New Game Plus playthrough of Batman Arkham Knight so I can get the Platinum Trophy. I am so close to getting it. I am currently 115% complete with the game. I just have the Riddler trophies to beat. So after I do that and get all the miscellaneous trophies, sometime in October, I'm going to be live streaming my playthrough of Arkham Knight. And please subscribe, like, share, so that you don't miss that, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so cool. Anyways, let's get on with it. The size difference is immediately noticeable right out of the box. The screen is huge and a massive improvement from the Switch 1. It's full HDR, 120Hz display, which is just insane. And it's an OLED weight. It's not an OLED screen.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That is super noticeable if you're coming from a Switch OLED. The screen is not as bold with its colors, and the max brightness is still hard to see when you're outside. But it's a really good screen other than that. And I just know that there will be an OLED version within 3 years, and it's going to be like $800. PlayStation Pro. The new Joy-Cons are a great improvement with someone with big hands and wants to play small sessions of Mario comfortably. It's a good quality plastic, and when you flip it on its side to play horizontally, it's much better situation playing Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Than it was on Switch 1. Still not the most comfortable after a long gaming session, and I think when it's joined together in a grip, then the joysticks and buttons, it's all a little too close for comfort. It needs to be a little more spread out, but it does get the job done. Luckily, my brother did get the new Pro controller, so I was able to test it out, and it feels really good. Other new features that I'm not really going to dive into because I don't have much to say on them is mouse controls, new kickstand, 2 USB ports, magnets, a C button, back buttons on the charging grips, new UI sounds, the camera, game chat, VRR support, and of course, basic black and basic white themes are a welcoming returning feature. Sarcasm. Sorry. Alright, Mario Kart World is going to get its own video because my opinion continues to change every time I hop back on. I did get a new game that's been out for 9 years already called No Man's Sky. It received an update for Nintendo Switch 2, and yesterday was the first time I put it in docked mode. And it looks amazing in 4K on a Nintendo Switch. That's pretty impressive. And in handheld mode, it looks almost as good. Very crisp, clear, and runs smoothly. This was the very first game where I was playing it. I'm like, this could be running on a PS5 with how well it's playing. Like, I really was impressed. As for the game itself, the tutorial was hard to get through. But now that I've put about 5 hours into it, it's actually pretty interesting. But it is very grindy and you're left on your own. I would say anyone who has OCD would love this game. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And in Nintendo Switch 1 games that don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade run better. Like Hollow Knight, it boots up faster and the load times between areas don't take nearly as long. If you're like me and love the Arkham games, because you all know how much I love Batman Arkham, and I've played them on every platform, and you're wondering how Batman Arkham Knight runs on Nintendo Switch 2, it runs worse. Like, it's weird. It runs at a stable 30 frames, but when you're gliding, it still stutters. You know how Batman's cape, it just stutters. And when you're in the Batmobile, it also stutters. In combat and stealth, it's actually not bad. Like, it's fine. But it crashes more frequently than it did on Switch 1. Like, I'll be playing it for like 10 minutes and it'll crash. I'll be playing it for 2 minutes, it'll crash. Sometimes I can get a half hour in and it still crashes. It's ridiculous how many times this game crashes. Like, I've just had to stop playing it on Switch entirely. And so the only Arkham game I really play on Switch is Arkham City, because I just about 100%ed Arkham Asylum already. It's really disappointing because I love Arkham Knight so much more than the other two games, but I can't play it handheld. Because there's no graphical improvement, you can see how much of a dumpster fire it really looks. I mean, I can't defend it. It looks terrible. And they need to patch this game. Like, if someone knows a dev on X or Twitter, DM them, tell them patch Arkham Knight on Switch too. That'd be really nice. And finally, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrades for Nintendo Switch 1 games. Such a long name. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom run better and they look better thanks to full HDR and the smooth 60 frames. The new Zelda Notes app is actually pretty cool for Tears of the Kingdom, finding all the shrines and the Korok seeds. That's nice. I mean, I would pay $10 for it because I like those games, but like, I just got the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack so I could get them for free and play the GameCube games, which are alright. And I've actually had a lot of fun playing the N64 games with my parents. And how do I feel about the upgrades you have to buy? There's a lot of debate on YouTube right now about people talking about the prices and how it's outrageously expensive. On my blog, the writer's block, link in the description, I have a note about how the tariffs affect Switch 2 and all of that. So you can read that. Those are my thoughts on it. But really, it just depends on if you like the game. If you like the game and you think it's worth it, then buy it. So it's really up to you. Although it's an improvement from its predecessor, the Switch 2 still is not perfect. One big concern in the long run is battery life. This console drains fast. I know there's a bug with the battery life, but for the most part, I don't have that. And 2 games of Fortnite drain it from 100% to 60%. And Mario Kart World is just as bad. Same with No Man's Sky because they're huge graphical intensive games. Granted, since it came out and gotten used to my playstyle and how frequently I'm on it, it's not terrible, but when you slide into the dock, it barely charges while you play it. Like, the best way to play is just to plug it in and play it handheld mode. But if you try and get an offhand charging block, like a third-party one, it doesn't work, like, at all. I got a 65-watt charging block to charge my Switch 2, and it charges it like 3% in like an hour. It's ridiculous. So while playing, just plug it in with the original cord. In 2025, 256 gigs of storage for a video game console is just abysmal. I can't download a lot of these new graphically intense games coming to the console from PlayStation or Xbox, expecting them to be 10 gigs. Imagine when Call of Duty comes over with its 300 gigabytes of required storage. And the microSD Express cards, while I understand the reasonings behind it because it's faster, that price for a card smaller than my thumb can add up to almost the price of a Nintendo Switch Lite. I miss my PS5, and this is all just my opinion, so you don't have to listen to me if you love it. I get it. I like the Switch 2 as well. And when I play games like Mario Kart, I've beaten all the cups, I've done all the knockout tours, and if online mode doesn't work because it's still not a very good online mode, then I'm just like, what do I do? The open world has nothing in it. I'm thinking about getting the new Indiana Jones games next year for Switch 2, so we'll see how that plays out. I'll probably get the new Lego Batman game. But honestly, it's hard because I know I'm probably actually not going to get any of these games because they're so expensive. All these YouTubers are saying Nintendo fans are priced out right now. That's true. I'm 16 years old. I have no stable income, and I can't buy any of these games. I can't buy any of these games I'm excited for. Nintendo is just releasing new games like so frequently, which is good, but it's also bad because all of them are full priced and they never ever put anything on discount. Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are still $60. And they just raised the price of the original Switch, which is absolutely bonkers. I don't know why you would do that. You're never going to outsell the PS2, raising the price of your original console. Yeah, I'm just outpriced. So I'm kind of stuck with the games I have, and the games don't provide long-term enjoyment for me. I'm not a huge fan of it right now. But playing Mario Kart with my family was awesome. The console itself is amazing. The new features are great. The things about games, for the most part, they're not going away. So once you buy it, you own it, and you can pick it up and play it 3 years later and be like, why haven't I been playing this whole time? This is amazing. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite new feature is of the Switch 2 and what themes you think could possibly be better than basic white and basic black, because that's ridiculous. I just started getting into blogging. If you've heard me mention a couple times this new blog, if you really want to, you can follow me on Blogger. It's called The Writer's Block. I've released my Arkham video. I've taken the script and I've edited it to blog form. And I've released an earlier draft of this video on that blog too, so you can see what my original thoughts were like in August last month. Also, please don't forget, in October, I am live streaming my New Game Plus playthrough of Batman Arkham Knight so I can get that Platinum trophy. I hopefully will have a webcam. It's going to be a whole thing. We're going to be streaming for like 6 hours, hopefully, gunning through the game. It's going to be so awesome. Please be there. I would love to have an active chat or people to hang out with me while I played it so we can experience it together. And it came out 10 years ago, so that's even more perfect. I'll have more updates coming out soon. This is Game Gear 585 signing off.